My next upload today is with regard to the ongoing issues being caused that should have been resolved in 2018, 2017. As I've mentioned in my previous uploads, there's been assaults and violations against faith and religion in this community, and as has been stipulated to the relevant bodies, there has been since 2019 violations of regulations in my current abode. So the matter I'm raising at the moment, as I've raised already throughout these shares and uploads, is the remote damages due to individuals that have used particles of my body that they have applied to their practices. They have already been violating protection laws of faith and religion and spirituality since 2016 and have not reformed as a consequence of their failed attempts in 2018. So now it's 2021, and as I've mentioned in previous uploads, there have been violations of faith and religion culminating as treason, and the discomfort I've relayed in my previous uploads that these culprits are guilty of has come to a new point this evening, where there are further attempts to cause disruption and discomfort to my abode. At the moment, my right ear has trapped air, an air bubble in it. My left eye, as I mentioned, was damaged. My lower abdomen has been damaged. And these people are ignoring all the principles and regulations with regard to the spiritual guidebook, and the relevant agents and bodies that are aware of the offences I'm experiencing in this abode have not addressed the problems, and the issues are still continuing, and that means the outcomes and consequences are worsening, unfortunately, with every exacerbatory offence against a mother whose child they have damaged already since 2017. So in this upload, I'm just going to mention that the Honourable Government have been made aware of the individuals that had trespassed onto my property in 2016. I spiritually cleansed my marital home in 2017, and I've been spiritually cleansing since 2017. The outcomes have been positive for the broader society, the bigger community, and have, as a consequence, helped many in many ways. So there are individuals still breaking the laws with all the spiritual rules there are, and they're still damaging a universal light worker. They've not looked at any of the amends or reparations that they are duty bound to address with me personally. They have exploited universal light, and they've damaged human anatomy, and the relevant bodies, the Honourable Government, etc., they've all been made aware of these culprits in the community that have not reformed from poor practices in the past 2 to 3 years. So this upload is just to highlight how bodily integrity damages with the practices of those of poor faith have caused harm to my lower abdomen. They've attempted to damage my vision. They've not calculated or assessed the value of the sacred light and gifts and blessings that they've damaged already since 2016, and they are not behaving or practicing with impeccability or integrity. So there's a very serious issue with regard to the impact statements that the Honourable Government have received, and the DPP that have received that also, and the issue of my protection entitlements and the reparations that I'm due not being addressed for some reason. As a law-abiding citizen, as a royal, as a humanitarian, etc., teacher, educator, these problems are unfathomable for any mother to be experiencing. So at the moment, This is another outcome of the offences I'm experiencing in my abode that shouldn't be happening in my abode, and it's absolutely outrageous, really, that the faith, religion principles are being disrespected, and the source of the sacred light that they've stolen and damaged, and utilised and exploited and manipulated and altered, they have disrespected also. So this upload is just an update with regard to the individuals using my body fragments or body particles for their practices, and just to make the Honourable Government aware of the very unsuitable conditions that a woman of legislation and humanitarian work is experiencing, especially with regard to the issue of her child as a legal missing person. So this is for the interests of the relevant bodies to address the failings, shortcomings and negligence and misconduct I'm experiencing. And I hope the issue of church and state doesn't become too controversial with the outrageous behaviour that has been occurring since 2016, 2017 in this county. And on that note, one day at a time for all those in recovery and advocacy.